All right, Sean. I think we can get started. We got good amount of folks coming in. I'm sure there's going to be some people trickling in as we get started. But again, just wanted to thank everybody for joining on pre-Memorial Day Wednesday. I bet everyone's busy with the wash, busy getting some last minute travel preparation in maybe. So we really do appreciate your time today. Um, this is the second of Everwash's Rocket series of webinars where we go take deep dives into tips, tricks, and best practices on how to really rocket your revenues through membership and through some of the other great bits of information and support that Everwash provides car wash operators throughout the entirety of their time working with us on our platform. Um, yeah, Sean, I think we're just going to dive right in. So again, title is Secrets to Increasing Car Wash Traffic. So welcome. Today's speakers, you're looking at them. There's myself, I'm Max Pulcini. I'm the Director of Marketing and Communications here at Everwash. It'll be 8 years here in August, which is kind of crazy to think about that. I handle a number of things as a director of marketing, but one of those things is helping our car wash partners, the operators that work with us, achieve as much success as they can through different marketing strategies and ideas that we provide. And speaking with me today is my good friend Sean Pashley, our Vice President of Partner Success at Everwash. Sean, why don't you say hi and let everyone know a little bit about you?
Hi, so I see a bunch of names I recognize. It's good to see everyone. Thanks for joining us. I am Vice President of Partner Success. Many of you know me as I've launched most of you onto our platform. I help take care of our sales training and those sorts of initiatives, and I help you and your attendants grow membership at your car wash. And I've been doing so for almost 6 years, I guess. Not as long as Max has, but it's been a joy, and I'm really excited to get into this. I think these are really helpful, so I'm glad you're here and you've taken some time to spend with us today.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks, Sean. And now that you've gotten to know us a little bit, before we really hop into the meat and potatoes of our presentation, we want to get to know you all a little bit more. So we're going to launch a poll right now. It's going to be the first of a few polls that we have throughout the presentation. You can use Zoom's poll function. It's going to pop up on your screen to answer. But the first question we're going to ask you guys is, what kind of car wash do you operate? Again, this just gives us a little bit of a better idea of who's joining and how we can kind of tailor the conversation to suit your needs. So we're going to give it a couple seconds here to come in, and we'll kind of address the answers as they come through. So far, looking like a lot of express tunnels have joined us today. That's perfect. A lot of strategies here are perfect for the express tunnel setup, but again, a lot can be used across any type of car wash. So we're going to have a lot of good stuff for everyone here. Going to give it 20 more seconds for folks to answer, and then we'll kind of kick it off. But Sean, any comments? As we see, it's predominantly express tunnels here, and then also a decent amount of IBA self-serve combo sites here with us today.
That's pretty much what I thought. I think that when we get into this, some of this may seem very commonsensical, but if you follow along, there's a reason. We're covering all this. We have a different swath group of wash owners, so I think that's good stuff.
Awesome. So we're going to end the poll here, share our results, and we'll get started.
Great. All right. So once again, thank you so much for joining us. Obviously, I work with car wash owners every day, and the most successful owners are the ones who put an emphasis on driving traffic to their wash. It's a constant battle, as you know. It seems to me that you all car wash owners live on two things each day besides caffeine and maintenance. First, you check the weather to see what your day is going to be like ahead at the wash. And second, you're obsessed with traffic and getting more to the site. Car wash owners know that when they have traffic, they're able to sell memberships, they're able to sell retail, they're able to keep money flowing into the business despite what's going on around them with competitors and even the weather. And that's why driving traffic to your car wash matters, right? You may have noticed over the last couple of years a number of new car washes popping up in your town. And that's especially true with the growth of self-start tunnels, in-bay automatics, and self-serve car washes. Um, Private equity and venture capital have discovered the car wash business, obviously, right? And they have a narrow focus, growing the business or cutting bait. So when these new car washes roll into town, the first thing that they do is steal your customers and your members, and they want them all, right? They also have the financial means to do so at a pretty good clip. So you have to continue to drive new cars to your car wash every day and stay in front of new people who are moving into your community, people who've never been to your car wash before, because if you don't, you're not going to have any customers left, right? And another thing about traffic that's important, it makes your car wash look busy and successful. We often say when you wash more cars, you wash more cars, right? When people drive by your place and you're washing cars, they're more likely to turn in and join the crowd. We always want the wash to look busy. That's why traffic matters. It's sort of like two steakhouses open up in town, and one's got a line out the door, a constant wait, and one is empty. Which one do you think you're going to want to try first, right? There's a reason people are at that one. So that's why it's so important. It's gone to
Now
the
I'm hungry, Sean. Thanks for that.
yeah, no
Love
worries.
that analogy.
It's about that time, I think. So here's the undeniable fact about traffic. If people don't know you're there, they can't turn in. I visited a wash recently on a 4-lane highway, about a 60-mile-an-hour speed limit, and I passed the car wash I think 2 or 3 times before I realized where it was, slowed down, and turned in. It's making sure that people can see you, which is obviously called visibility, long before they get to you, is key to driving traffic. I have a good friend, wash operator friend of mine, who paid a consultant a ton of money. And their biggest recommendation was a huge permanent road sign out front. He was set back from the street, poor visibility, and all they suggested was simply a huge permanent road sign with a white background and big red letters as big as you could make them that said car wash. And you know what? That changed everything for him. Being offset, he just didn't have the visibility. And I see that with a lot of washes. By the time people are able to recognize, hey, there's a car wash, they've already driven past it. And we know how fickle people are. They're only going to wash a couple times a year. By that time, they've passed it, and they may not watch for a month from there. So let's talk about some things that can increase the visibility of your car wash, right? We mentioned permanent road signs. Depending on what your town will allow, you want to go with the biggest and tallest sign possibly allowed. The sign should have a white background and big red letters that say car wash, as big as you can make them. You want the sign to be readable from at least 500 feet away. It's about the amount of time that you need. So if you get yourself on the road and you're honest with yourself and you drive past your car wash around the speed limit, or maybe a little more, can you read your sign and have enough time, to make the turn, slow down, get over a lane maybe, and get into your car wash? If the answer is no, then there's a good chance that you need to change your signage, right? Now, don't get me wrong, subsequent messages are fantastic. Things like $10 off first month or detailing, but that's all secondary to the first and most important part, which is visibility, right?
Just gotta let them know you're there first and
That's
foremost.
exactly right. And that friend of mine who did that, it changed everything for him. He was thinking about selling the wash. That was his last ditch effort. And prominent signage is crucial. Signage like Windmasters, Fold and Goes, spinner signs, banners, and feather flags. These are all great signs in their own right, but Windmasters and Fold and Goes should be rotated and moved around often, right? Spinner signs are great for a free wash day event or even a quick boost on a slower day. Banners are great for conveying a simple message, but obviously they have a notoriously short lifespan. And feather flags are inexpensive and they absolutely work, right? Use the right signage for the job, and if it's sunburnt and or raggedy, replace it, right? With that kind of signage, it's keep it fresh and keep it moving, right?
Of course.
And lastly, secondly, vibrant branding is next level stuff, right? A fresh coat of paint's relatively cheap and easy, but then tying that color palette together with a consistent logo presence is key to differentiating yourself and looking professional when it comes to consistency. If stripes are your thing, lean into it. If blue and yellow are your colors, purchase brushes and soft cloths that sport that same look, right? If your staff's in uniform, and hopefully they are, there should be some sort of theme to it, right? Not Johnny in the garb from 10 years ago. Tim, you started yesterday, has got a fresh gear on. But the bottom line is a well-branded facility is a relatively inexpensive and quick way to impress your community and get on the local radar, right? Brand awareness via mailers, handouts, social media, etc. It's also important to driving your brand in the local area. But remember, consistent branding is proven to improve your membership conversion.
Yeah, if I can, kind of hammer that point home,
Please
the
do.
key to any strong brand is being consistent. So if you have a logo, make sure that's the logo you use across the board. Like Sean said, if you guys select a color scheme, if it's blue and yellow, make sure everything is blue and yellow. So people, even if they don't remember you as Sean's Car Wash, they remember you as that really great blue and yellow car wash down the street.
Which is true because they're probably never going to remember the name. That owner, he or she's awesome, you know. And although it seems basic, a well-lit facility, I can't tell you how important this is. I know a lot of operators moan and groan because, it's not cheap to put good lighting up, right? But the investment's well worth it, especially the dark months of the year. But when someone approaches your car wash in low or no light, their decision to turn in or not is going to be determined by how well lit your facility is with clean white lighting, right? Keep in mind that it's also a way for your wash to stand out at night, right? Even when you're not there, if you keep it on for a couple hours during the traffic, people are gonna see your car wash. It's about visibility, right? Not that we want to have lights on all night, to a certain extent, but for the customer, a well-lit sign, an entrance, a facility, including your vac farm, tunnel, detail area, etc. That means that it's safe, right? And people will choose a well-lit, safe car wash over a dimly lit, scary car wash anytime.
Unless it's October and you're running a haunted car wash, then the scarier the better. And you can use those type of things to drive some fundraisers, some charity stuff that we'll get to in a minute, not to jump ahead of ourselves. But generally speaking, Sean, you're absolutely right. You don't want your wash to look scary to anybody. Just to give a couple more quick points here on the topic of visibility. There's a reason why so much of the promotional signage and some of the flags and balloons, so there's some options here that are really inexpensive, affordable, and easy to replace. And so you should be doing that whenever, wherever, and as often as possible. Just keeping stuff fresh. Make sure that when you replace your signage, you're doing it when they're discolored, when they're worn down, when they're torn up. If you had a lot of bad storms last season, your signage is beat up, just order new ones. It's inexpensive enough to keep things fresh. And that mini facelift that you'll be putting your wash through every season, that goes a long way. Folks really do take note of that. The affordability of the signage also gives you plenty of opportunities to switch around your messaging a little bit too. As long as the brand is consistent, you can change your message and try things up and see what drives more sales, what actually works. And if there's one more thing that I can really suggest, Sean, and you kind of nailed it a little bit, flags are great because movement really catches people's attention. We're talking about that 500 feet. If there's a bunch of flags leading up to that main road sign waving in the air, that draws the driver's eye. And try different messages on those flags. Things like car wash open goes a long way, but you could even try things like free wash day. We're going to get to that in a second, or $10 unlimited washes here. Just again, keep things consistent, keep the colors consistent, but switch up that messaging and things won't ever really get stale for people.
Yep, 100%. And we've even, oftentimes when I'm first arriving at a car wash, I'll circle around if it seems like it's a short sort of trek from the sign to it's too quick to get into the wash, and I'll say, hey, there's a dealership, private dealership, 500 feet up the road. You could easily make a deal with them. Hey, if you put a sign out saying car wash up here, or a feather flag, a couple arrows, I'll do something for you on my property, right? It doesn't have to be a $10,000 adventure to get into it. But Max, you're right. Yard signs, balloons, and a cheap helium tank. Right now, Walmart has a helium tank for $35. Always looking like there's something going on. There's a reason to be at your car wash. Yeah, I wonder what's going on today. Well, we're just watching awesome cars, right?
Yeah.
The wacky waving arm, inflatable, crazy dancing dude, and of course LED lights if you can afford it. Some of these are ideal for weekends to make it seem like it's party every day. but you know, whatever it is, if you got a leftover Barney suit, you want to get one of the kids out front, whatever it takes, have fun with it.
Mascots are that's a decision, but it's a good
That's a
decision if you choose to
decision.
do it.
It
Um,
is a decision.
just one more thing on the balloons, since it's a great idea. As far as changing things up, it's Memorial Day. We got 4th of July coming up. Red, white, and blue balloons are great for this time of year. Come fall, make them black and orange for Halloween, right? Red, green, for the winter holidays. There's a lot of things
Mhm.
you can do for really cheap that'll change things up and draw the eye to the wash. But talking about things getting stale, right? And things kind of not popping anymore. Sean, you can agree that people do get signed blind pretty quickly. That's why it's important to change things up. Think about going to a 7-Eleven or, any really, convenience store. There's so many signs advertising so many specials and offers and deals, but despite that, you probably can't tell me what a single one of those said after you leave the store, because they don't really change those things around. 7-Eleven has had that $8 pizza for the past 10 years. And because those signs never change, they get as stale as the popcorn that's been sitting on the bottom of their snack rack for weeks. So again, it's just a lesson in keep your signage fresh, keep it rotating, keep it interesting. It's all to say that if customers can't see you, they can't come in. So visibility is the first and most important part of driving traffic. So that's why it was our first slide here.
Yep, absolutely. And the fact that 7-Eleven hasn't changed their pizza price in some time.
Right.
They haven't been affected like the rest of us. So thanks, Max. Free wash events. I get a lot of mixed responses when I tell people, operators, about running a free wash event. Common is, why would I do that? Or why would I give away a day's worth of revenue? Why? Because you'll wash a lot of cars, right? When you run a free wash event, you'll accomplish two really important and profitable things. First, you're going to meet a bunch of new people who just moved into the area, new people that are customers at your competitors, and new people who just don't wash their cars much, right? Who doesn't need new customers? I think we can all say, I'd like some more customers, right? But secondly, you're obviously going to sell memberships, tons of memberships. If you follow the playbook, upwards of 30-40% of the people that drive on for a free day are going to join and sign up for a membership. So since you have them on your property, you can tell them all the amazing things your car wash does and how great your team are, show them all that great stuff. You can also expose them to other retail services you provide, right?
Yeah, so we actually recently had an operator down in Florida run a free wash event on a Saturday afternoon with Sean's assistance. He flew down there, he got the staff prepped, he had all the promotional materials there ready, and it was a huge success. We'll get into the specifics in a second here, but we just want to play the short interview that Sean had with Joey, the manager at Pelican Car Wash, who can give you a firsthand explanation of how the free wash day event went at their wash.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sean Pashley, Vice President of Partner Success at Everwash. I'm here with Joey Bazio from Pelican Car Wash.
Yep.
Joey, introduce yourself. Tell us a little about you.
So, yeah, my name is Joey Bazio. I'm one of the managers here at Pelican. As a car wash, I've been here for over 25 years, and I've been working as a manager specifically on marketing and creating new clientele for the last 2-3 years.
So membership was your risk and your baby, huh?
Yep, that's right.
Thankfully that worked out. So obviously, where are you located exactly and what kind of wash is it?
So we're right next to Tampa, Florida in Palm Harbor. We are a full service wash. We actually do every type of car wash known. We even include doing detailing, ceramic coating, oil change, mechanics. So we're like a one-stop shop and one of the only in the entire area that does that.
That's awesome. There's a lot going on. And you include discounts for all the other services you do for members, kind of like the red carpet treatment.
That's right. We've added discounts for every other our service for anyone that is a member.
Great, great. So what kind of promotions have you run in the past and what kind of success, what level of success have you had with those?
I mean, we've done different types of promotions, whether it be discounts on the individual car washes you're getting. We've done 10 packs, 5 packs, over the holidays, and it is good. We'll get some people in there, but not something that kind of creates a continuous inflow from people.
Okay, all right, great. And then when we had EverWash approached you with the idea of giving away car washes, having a free car wash day, what were your initial thoughts?
Honestly, it was a bit of a sales, for me to even just to pitch to the owners, it was a bit of a sales pitch, and even knowing if it was gonna work, it was, we definitely weren't sure, but it was at the time that we really wanted to just boost our membership, and we were honestly at a bit of a stuck point where nothing was changing. Like, we actually hit a bit of a dip, and we really weren't sure what to do to kind of like get things back up, so we did want to try something.
Okay, great. And how did you set it up? How'd you run your free wash day, and how did EverWash assist you in that setup?
So being that we've never done it before, we actually got a lot of points, like a whole checklist from you guys. Like, you guys gave us this checklist, you gave us a lot of different things to think with. You helped send us a spinner sign, which was great. We then separately made a huge pull-out sign to put up under our main sign saying free wash. And then basically on the night of, we just blasted out to all of the people that we have emails for, because we do pull in a lot of emails. We blast that out. And then basically just made sure we were staffed for it. We probably did 1.5 enroll amount of staff that day just to make sure we were there, and it ended up being great. Honestly, it surprisingly went much better, and I think we got 2.5 times the normal customers. Like, we get, let's say, an average between 70 to 100 cars, and we actually got 235 cars in that day.
Wow.
Yeah.
So advertising wise, you didn't have to do a whole lot. You literally just sent something out the night before.
Yeah.
You know, the whole deal was that it's sort of, it's not something you want to get too far out ahead of in marketing, make people want to delay the wash, right?
Right.
I'll wait for the free wash day, right?
Yeah, no, just same that night, and a bunch of people just showed up that morning. Like, we had people before opening time, like they're ready to get their car washed, saying, hey, I got the email, or I saw the promo on the free day. It was actually really surprising.
So final results, you said you washed how many cars?
235.
Okay, and it was a Saturday,
It
right?
was a Saturday, normally our busiest day, yeah.
Yep, and you sacrificed your potentially busiest day. And how many memberships did you sell? How many memberships?
We did 84 members.
84 members. It's a pretty good conversion.
Yeah.
And with all the other services you offered, you still made a decent chunk of change on that Saturday.
We actually made a good amount. Our entire week was actually up over the previous week, and then the week after followed up. Like, we had so much coming in. We sold 2 ceramic coating packages from it, but in general, even just the actual car wash itself, we had such a high volume. And the other crazy thing was the next day, we still got like 20 more membership signups the day after. It was absolutely insane. I think, to be totally honest, we started at about 320 members, and within about a month, we got up to we hit over 500 members, and it took us just about 1 month, I think, from that, including that day, to get there.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So would you do it again?
100%. Or actually, the reason you're here doing this video is because we're doing another one tomorrow.
That's right. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a great day down here, a great warm May day.
Yeah.
And what would your message be to other wash partners who might be skeptical or maybe thinking about doing a free wash day?
I mean, you should just do it. You're not really losing anything. You're actually, what you're getting is you're getting people that never would have come to your car wash before, but when they see that free sign, you're getting a customer you never would have had. And it was really amazing. I definitely noticed the similar customers coming, and we had so many unrecognizable cars, and the amount of memberships and new things we got from it. 100%, I would recommend that to anybody. You can't lose with it.
Great, great.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you. Thanks for doing it. I look forward to our big day tomorrow, and thanks for spending some time with me, Joe. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, man.
That's it, everybody. You heard it here.
So the proof is in the pudding, folks. Check out these numbers from Pelican's free wash day. They washed 217% more cars than usual. So talking about increasing traffic, it's pretty good right there. They increased their membership totals by 30% in a single day. They converted 37% of the cars that came in into members. And on top of that, they sold over $8,000 worth of retail goods and services in that one free wash day. Sean, I know Joey had mentioned you were there, on the heels of this free wash day to do another one. That's when you filmed that interview. How did it go? And what are some other secrets that you can share to our audience today on how to effectively run this at their location?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was better than the first event, considering it was on a weekday. The second one that we did, they were projected to wash about 65 cars. I think it was a Wednesday, and instead they sold 60 memberships. All right. They washed 130, 140 cars. And keep in mind that those car numbers for the first wash day and the second, those include members who came in, existing members. So you could take 30% off of those numbers, pretty easily. But if they sold 60 members, if you calculate that out over the lifetime value of the member, that Wednesday made them over $45,000.
Wow. That's
Free wash day. The wash
nothing,
cars are free.
nothing to bat your eyes at. That's pretty good.
And ultimately, Max, you just have to make it fun. This should be an awesome day for everyone. Owners should be high-fiving people and thanking customers. The team should be all smiles, music blasting, a great vibe and huge energy. They're going to make a ton in tips, right? Your staff's going to make tons of money, so they're going to love this event. You're going to have fun. Your passion and the passion of your car wash is going to make everyone love you, right? Giving them a good free car wash is going to make them love you more. But the best part about running a free wash event is you don't have to plan ahead. You don't have to spend any money proactively for the most part, or marketing or anything like that. There's just 3 things that you have to do to have a successful free wash event. Put your staff out on the street with a free wash spinner sign that we provide you, right? The good thing about that, they're going to walk up and down the street sort of with the spinner sign. It just says free wash today, right? The cool thing about that is if you find yourself getting overwhelmed, just pull that person back in, right? Hey, help us clean for a while, then go back out. Second, place large clusters of those balloons out. The couple times I've done this on site, you can call Party City and they will deliver anything over $60 worth of balloons to you. So, big, huge balloons, really cool stuff. And lastly, put a free car wash day Windmaster sign. Maybe both signs can say free car wash day on the road or the entrance, or like Pelican did, they put up a banner, temporary banner. And the best part is we provide you with a comprehensive playbook. It includes checklists, training, the pitch, and even a video to go through the whole thing as a comprehensive guide and assists to pulling one of these free wash events off.
Yeah, and for everyone who's attending this meeting today, we're gonna send you a copy of that playbook once this is over, so that way you can take a look at it yourself and kind of understand what we're talking about to an even greater degree. Sean, I just want to get some clarification on something, because we're talking about converting members from people that drove onto the site expecting a free car wash that day. What's the sales pitch like on a free wash day? Like, how do we get those high levels of conversion for people that are just driving off the street expecting a free wash?
Just follow the guide. It's really simple. First, you got your car wash staff trained. You've got them motivated. You've planned for this with them. You've got them dialed in. You have your 2 best staff members. You have your number 1, speaker. Your best salesperson is the first person in line. They're your first greeter. They welcome everyone to the car wash. Hey, welcome to ABC Car Wash. Today's car wash is obviously free. We just wanted to thank the neighborhood for being so great to us. Which car wash would you like? The customer, I'll take this. The greeter goes into, okay, great. That's a great choice. That car wash is normally, $20, but it's only 38, less than 2 car washes for an entire month. Pretty cool, right? And the customer, also a lot of times you can even, before you even go into the pitch or membership, you can ask them. If you think that they're going to think it's like a bait and switch, that greeter can say, hey, how are you? Welcome to the free car wash day. Which wash do you want? And then before you go into the sales pitch, you could say, hey, thanks for coming. Is it okay if I talk to you about our membership platform? And, most people are going to say yes. And then you go into that pitch. Hey, it's $20 normally, $38 to wash every single day for an entire month. Pretty cool, right? But I'll tell you what, today we're having a special. Since we're giving things away for $10, we're going to wash your car with that package for an entire month. How's that sound? And if the person says yes, which 30-40% are going to, you're going to pass them to the second person. That person is literally just manually entering. They're doing the entry on the EverWash app. So, hey, Max, this is Lisa. Lisa's going to be a new member with the gold package. Lisa, thank you so much for coming to our free car wash day. And Max is going to finish your sign up with you. Thank you so much. And then Max finishes a sign up. It's great for Max to learn and grow as that salesperson if you're honing someone to get better. And if the person says no, then that's okay. Hey, thank you so much for coming. Here's our rack card. If you change your mind, there's how you sign up. Thank you so much for coming and enjoy your wash day. And when you have that sort of 2-person system set up, You make sure that the car wash isn't backing up to the street. It's not going to cause people to want to go, oh no, I'm not going, too many people there for the free wash day. So we have everything written, documented in there for that 2-person system, as well as the scripts. What if the person says no? What if the person says, yeah, but let me talk to my wife. It's things like, well, great, I understand that completely. Thanks for coming, but I did want to let you know that today is the only day you'll be able to take advantage of the $10 first month. So we've got very strong pitch structure split off into about 6 directions about where you go with that as well. And here's a promise I can make: when you run a free car wash event this way, you'll look at the car wash business through a different lens going forward, especially as pertains to discounting and the return on that investment and those sorts of things. It really changes things for you. For the car wash in Florida that ran it, they immediately went out and hired a salesperson after that first one. They were like, this is wild. We didn't realize that we could convert this many. And they went out, they hired a salesperson to greet cars, sell memberships, and drive all the other services that they offer. By the way, their third car wash event, free car wash event's going to be in June.
That's awesome. And we'll talk kind of more about consistency with these types of things in a second here, but just wanted to shout out the fact that you did a lot of talking about attendant training and sales pitch. For anyone who's looking to get more information and more details on how to get a culture of membership sales established at your wash and make sure that your folks are trained up with the right materials and information. Our last webinar touched on just those topics. So you can always visit our YouTube channel or our website and refer back to our past webinars for any bits of touch-up information you need on sales pitch and attendant training. Sean did a great job walking us through that at our last webinar. But Sean, any other thoughts regarding running a free wash day we want to go over before we get into our next topic?
Yeah, I think that having like a customer appreciation day once or twice a year, combined with several free wash events for charities through the year, keeps your car wash in customers' minds and hearts, right?
Right. And we're going to talk about, getting involved with charities and fundraisers in a moment here too. But that's all great stuff, Sean. So now we're going to do our first poll regarding this content of the day. We want to ask the audience here, have you ever ran a free car wash day at your location? So you can use the poll function on Zoom. Just want to get a sense of who's done it and who hasn't. And one of the options here is no, but maybe you've always wanted to and never had the materials or the playbook necessary to get it done. So give everyone here a couple minutes to answer. Sean, anything else you kind of want to talk about regarding free wash day? I know I kind of gave you your soapbox, but anything else come to mind?
Yeah, I think that you have to keep in mind that a free wash day is not a day for EverWash to get rich, because we just don't, right? That's not a day where we're like, wow, it just changed our world. It's truly a way to bring people to your car wash and sell membership. It's a two-pronged thing, right? 50% or greater is about getting new people on. At Pelican, I saw 5 or 6 cars that were so dirty, people had written on them. You know how hard it is to get cars that dirty in Florida when it rains that much? And more than 50% of those people got a membership, right? Because the deal was so great that they were like, yeah, I'd like to clean this car, right? Why not?
That's awesome. So we're going to end the poll now and share our results. Pretty even split. 50% of folks that replied say yes, they have run a free wash day, but 50% have not, with someone stating that they always kind of wanted to, but never got around to it. So the good news is for everyone, here, we're going to give that playbook to you. So if you did it and you want to try to run it again a little bit differently, you can use the playbook as a guide. And for those of you who have not, you have a new kind of marching orders, and you always have EverWash as a resource to help you get that done as well, if you so choose to give that kind of event a shot. So, all right, we're going to move on to our next topic, Sean, which is fundraisers. Why don't you kick that off?
Yeah, and the last bit for the previous, I think that if, while we were developing this system and this playbook for the free wash days, we noticed that there was a major differentiating factor between success and, great success and less success with a free wash day. And it was preparedness, organization, and having a system. So I think that the playbook, if you've done one before, hopefully it's been successful, but hopefully with some of our ideas in the playbook, you can make it even more successful. It should be just a huge day. In my former life, I discovered that fundraising not only drove business, but it also made you part of the community, right? We can all agree that fundraising is important because if you're leaning into the locally owned and operated or family owned and operated or even veteran owned and operated kind of deal, which hopefully you are, you need to be involved with the local charity scene, right? Separate yourself from the big corporate washes by walking the talk. There's a couple ways to do a fundraising event. The first is donate a specific dollar amount for every car you wash. Hey, we're going to donate $3 per car on the day of the wash, which is fine, but it doesn't guarantee that you'll get a lot of traffic to the wash, even if the nonprofit you're working with promotes the event really well. And this is the way people are traditionally doing fundraisers. Hey, you send us people, for everybody that comes with that flyer, we're going to donate $3, right? Not a huge compelling event. But the second way is to have a free wash day. We're going to have a free wash day, and everyone that comes in, we will ask for a donation, a voluntary donation of any kind. Most people are donating $5 to the nonprofit. And since we're giving you a free wash, since you're giving the customers a free wash, they're already expecting to pay something, right? So they generally make a donation, and we find that the second option produces much greater traffic and a larger contribution for the charity, right? So everyone's happy. But in addition to driving traffic and raising money for a good cause, you get a lot of very positive publicity from the event too, right?
Yeah, right on. So I two things for you, Sean. One, our slide, here lists some options, some ideas for fundraisers or charities. First question is, what have you seen be really successful at a car wash level? Of these, 3 options, or maybe even some options that we didn't list, what do you think is usually the biggest slam dunk?
In both my former industry and this industry for these years, it's animal shelters. It seems to me like no one can motivate human beings like puppies and kittens. So I know I've done a ton of charity work with animal shelters, especially the no kills and stuff like that. So when you get involved with the charity, you want it to be local, right? Because they're motivating local people, right? And secondly, you want them to know what they're doing. You want them to be able to inspire their people to action. And I found hands down, animal shelters are the best at that.
Yeah, that makes a ton of sense. As a cat daddy here, I know I would donate a lot for an animal shelter in my location if that was the case. So my other question, and you kind of mentioned, publicity. So I guess it's more of a statement because, talking about our former lives, I was in media before I joined Everwash, and local reporter for a local newspaper, and we loved it when local businesses did something that gave back to the community. So if you were running a fundraiser event at your car wash, reach out to the local, cable news channel, reach out to the local newspaper. There's a good chance they're looking for a positive story to tell. So they will send a reporter out, they will send a camera person out, and there's a good chance you will get a clip on the 6 o'clock news. There's a great chance you'll get a write-up in the Sunday newspaper. And that is free advertising that not only paints you and your business as a car wash, but an active, engaged, and giving member of the community. And that's the kind of thing that goes, that goes even further than any amount of Facebook advertising, billboard advertising, newspaper advertising, etc. So just wanted to mention that for sure. And I guess, Sean, to kick it back over to you, any other tips and tricks you can offer with regards to running a fundraiser or anything like that? I know you kind of mentioned, kind of doing free wash days in conjunction with this, but what else do you have in mind?
Yeah, so when we're talking about having, a customer appreciation day or customer appreciation days, and then these couple few charity events that you're having, obviously it's all about keeping you in front and letting your community know that you're a good steward of business, that you're in this with them. And the last thing is, I always did a very public presentation of the big printed check to the nonprofit on another occasion, right? It's a separate photo op. Once again, you can call the local media and get them out. And, even politicians, they love those photo ops as well. And most of the time they'll come out, They'll cover stuff for you. And ultimately, the charity's now in the media twice. Besides us, getting to be in the media a couple times, the charity's now getting to be seen again, right? So it's great for them. It's not just about us, right?
Totally makes sense to me. All right, on to the next topic, which is contests. Sean, what do you got?
Who doesn't love a good contest, right?
Yeah, right.
You may see one of those popping up here. The American consumer is addicted to contests. They cannot miss out on the opportunity to win something. FOMO is real. And that's what makes contests such powerful traffic magnets for your car wash, right? The most effective contests are ones that require a person to get out of their car wash, to come to your car wash and get out of their car to enter. It's really simple to implement. Just run Facebook ads promoting the contest with a call to action and go to the wash to enter. No purchase necessary, of course. Then make sure they can enter the contest before they wash their car. Most people will scan your QR code to enter the contest and then go on through the wash. Enter to win contests do really well to drive traffic, but only when you have a high value prize, something that they love but can't necessarily afford.
Right.
Yeti coolers, Traeger smokers, outdoor gear does really well. But we found that when you bundle prizes, that's really when you get a much higher response. And what I mean is, instead of just giving away a Yeti cooler, you make the Yeti the big prize and bundle it with two smaller prizes like the Yeti cooler and a Tommy Bahama beach chair and a bocce ball game set. The summertime beach contest. The more items you bundle, the more entries you're going to get, right? Make sure that you have them complete an entry form so you can collect data for the Enter to Win contest, including name, phone number, email address. You can use all that information to promote special events, new services, and events going on at the wash and anything else you want to promote. But it's really important that you get permission. There should be a couple check boxes. Even if you write these things out yourself, your account manager or Max, we can help you with it. You want to have two check boxes. One being it's okay to contact me if I win, and the other one it's okay to contact me with promotions and specials and those sorts of things. It's really if you're going to text someone, that's really you need permission to do that. Another great contest is a spin the win wheel. I love these. I have one in my car. We use it, the Everwash mobile for union games. But if you have a full service wash where customers get out of their cars, especially, you can have a spin wheel inside the building that they could spin to win a prize. Or even if you take it to the car, like a smaller wheel, they can spin while they're in the car. You can fill the prize slats with things like $5 off your next wash, a free month of unlimited, or hopefully you've got some branded stuff. Like I've got branded towels that I use all the time for everything, it seems like, in my home. So if you've had donated those to me, thank you. But having bottle openers, other things that you can give away. Nothing is as cool as when you walk up to a car outside of a contest with sort of a bundle of cool stuff in your hand. And when you're about to pitch, oh, what is that? Oh, that comes with new membership signups. It's our interior detail kit, right? So having some of your own inexpensive swag around is great for a lot of things. But just like the Enter to Win contest, you make sure that you have them complete the contest form in order to receive the prize via email, right? Many successful washes run 4 of these big contests a year, along with smaller contests they run during wash events. So again, pairing wash events with other things that you want to do. Through contests like this, you can make the wash a fun place to be. A place that people want to stop in from time to time, just so they're not missing out on things, right? Oh, there's balloons again. Maybe there's some sort of free thing, right? Maybe there's something cool going on. And that's really when your wash becomes something more.
No, that makes a ton of sense to me. And Sean, something we've discussed on our last webinar too, the sales training and membership culture one is you inform everyone that contests are great for your staff, your attendance, not just for your customers. It's an awesome way to motivate people. Competition just tends to bring out the best in folks. So think about running corresponding employee contests as you run some of these free wash events, some of these fundraisers to try to, again, bring out the best in your staff, to bring out the best of your fundraiser and your charity event.
Absolutely.
Cool. So we're going to take another quick poll here because I want to get a sense of how many of you all have run a fundraiser before. So again, you can use the Zoom's poll function to give us your answer. We'll give it about a minute for these to trickle in.
And I'm sorry to interrupt, Max. I just wanted to say that contests are great, but make sure you include the staff. And even like when we find sales incentives, it's really focused around the greeters and things like that. You know, involve everyone, make it fun for everyone. Especially, I can't tell you how much I love the customer appreciation free wash days. You know, for me, I'd make shirts for them each year. I would just make it a cool annual event that people can look forward to. I'd probably, you know, have a hot dog stand or something. Like, I would just make it fun, but make sure you include the staff in that. Hey, today, if we wash this many cars, everybody gets a prize. We're going to do this next week. We're going to, you know, bring your families in, and then we're all going to have dinner together or something. You know, involve everyone. I think that's great.
Great way to build the team camaraderie. And, you know, again, like a lot of this is to project an image that, you know, you, the car wash business and operator, are a member of the community. Doing this kind of stuff for your staff goes a long way in the way that they view you and see you as well. So I love that. I love that. Sean, I'm going to end the poll here and share the results. 47% have run a contest before, 40% have not. Another 13% have not, but always wanted to and just couldn't find the means to do it. So, you know, meaning 53% of the folks here have not yet done it. Again, with a lot of the take-home materials that we're going to be sharing with you guys following this presentation, you're going to have a lot of these best practices at your fingertips, and we're always here to help you execute if you need the additional TLC or push in the butt to make it happen.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
let us help. Let us help. That's what we're here for.
So we're going to move on to the next section here. We're going to talk about email. Sean, so you know, you've talked about at these free wash days, these fundraisers, these charity events, you know, you're getting people to scan a QR code or come up to a tablet, provide you with their contact information, provide you with you know, express consent to communicate with them. What are we doing with people after the fact? I guess what we're talking about, right?
Yeah, nothing. No, we're emailing them, right? Now that you've got all this, I always say, you know, emails are gold, and text phone numbers are platinum covered in diamonds, right? And if you have this information, email them a lot, communicate with them a lot, right?
Yeah.
Do
I'll give you
have
guys
any?
kind of the best practices to get that done. You know,
Yeah.
really, we want to email people with this list that we've gotten. We're going to email people at least twice a week, right? And the best days to email folks are on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You know, Tuesdays are great because, you know, people on Monday, they're coming out of the weekend. They have a mountain of emails they're going through. They're getting back on their work schedule. And then the same kind of goes for Friday, but the inverse. They're getting ready for the weekend. They already have a lot of plans coming through. A lot of people reaching out. So Tuesdays and Thursdays are a great way to capture people as the week is kind of getting into gear, and then again as the weekend is about to start. You want those emails that you're sending, though, to be a healthy mix of high value content along with salesy and promotional items, right? So high value content is stuff like maybe some home detailing tips, or maybe information on how getting a professional car wash done is more eco-friendly than getting a bucket of soap and a hose and doing it in your driveway, right? You're actually conserving water and not putting harmful chemical into our runoff systems if you're doing it at a professional car wash. It's a lot more eco-friendly. A lot of people don't know that, so let them know, and it keeps you top of mind. You know, promotional emails, maybe do a detailing special, you know, to attract people in, or inform people of when you have a new product. Maybe you're unveiling a ceramic service, ceramic coating for your top package. Let people know, and maybe you can get some upsell opportunities there. But again, Tuesdays, Thursdays, 2 emails per week, mixing that content up is your best bet. But really, you know, here's the best part about email. You can sell memberships and other retail services online as well. You know, if you're partnered with Everwash, we make it really easy for people to sign up online. That's really a unique feature of our app that helps us stand out. But, you know, again, you can sell other services such as detailing, window tints, dent repair, oil changes, anything that you offer. Let's promote those additional profit centers. You can even sell those services online if you have a website powered by Square or Shopify. You know, we've seen operators run email campaigns around holidays specifically. Maybe you're doing these events and collecting data across the whole year, but use, you know, specific events as inflection points to do larger campaigns. Like one example, on Mother's Day, we had an operator do a detailing campaign, and they sold almost $50,000 worth of express detailing services over a 3-day period of time, utilizing just email and the contacts that they developed over the course of these various events they did over the year. But again, between email, or Sean, as you mentioned, text messaging, you're just keeping top of mind with customers. And when they see the email pop in their inbox, twice a week, maybe they're not resonating with the promotion that you're offering, but they might at least think to themselves, shoot, I gotta get my car washed. I haven't been there in a little while. You're staying top of mind. And the data is clear. Frequency affects loyalty and retention. So getting people to your site, staying top of mind, will keep them loyal and keep them from going to any of your competitors, including new ones that might pop up in the future. But obviously, if you need any assistance getting emails out or developing proper messaging that you need to succeed, reach out to Everwash, your account manager. They'll connect you with me and my staff, and we'll get you set up with what you need. Even if you're not a current wash partner, feel free to reach out to our sales team today and learn how you can become another wash partner and get folks like me and Sean on your side to kick up your marketing to the next level and upsell other services, not just membership.
Absolutely. And you know what? Email is still impactful. It's still hugely impactful if you do it right. But we have a lot of owners taking advantage of new technologies, and it's probably better if you speak on geofencing, Max.
Yeah. So of course, I mean, like you said, Sean, email, SMS, these things work great. But they are at this point kind of like an established technology. Everwash, we're always looking into new technologies, new ways to kind of move the needle. Before I get into geofencing, I just want to also mention, like, we're able to message people through our app, through in-app notifications, content cards, push notifications. So there's a lot of ways to stay front of mind with your customers, especially if you have the right marketing partners, working there with you. Everwash being one of them, right? But as it relates to geofencing, I mean, sounds like a crazy concept, right? What is this? Are we actually building a fence? Are there electric collars like you're building for your dog in your backyard? No, it's not that crazy, but still pretty cool. Basically, it's a way to target your competitors and steal their customers. And listen, guys, this is totally fair because it's exactly what they're trying to do to you. Geofencing essentially uses technology to place a GPS fence, in air quotes, around your competitor's property by dropping a pin right smack dab in the center of their location. So now anyone that drives through this fence with their smartphone can now be served ads by you and your business whenever they open any number of the apps on their phone that utilize programmatic advertising. Essentially, what that means is certain apps have access to certain types of advertising that changes based on user data, user preferences, location, right? So utilizing this geofence will serve ads for your car wash, specifically when they enter your competitor's territory. So for example, you open up the Weather Channel, you've just gone through a competitor, and now they're going to get a free wash ad from your location coming through, specifically if you bring in a receipt from your competitor's location. So, free stuff matters, and customers are more than happy to switch sides if you offer them something for free, especially in a place where it's not you directly advertising it, right? You're not necessarily the one serving that ad. So there's a level of trust that comes from there when it's not you directly doing the selling. You can even do this with membership, right? Offer, through these ads, offer a free month of unlimited washing when they come through and show that they're a member at your competitor's car wash. You can do this with multiple competitors at a time too. So set up these geofences all across town, anything within a 10-minute driving radius, and you'll see the results come in pretty effectively.
And you don't have to be a tech wizard or a contractor, apparently.
No, I mean there's a lot of great geofencing partners out there. Ground Truth is one that we've suggested in the past. It's really easy to set up a campaign with them, on your own. If you are a wizard and you are able to utilize black magic, I'm sure that helps. But the technology make it possible for anybody.
Sweet, thanks, Max. Appreciate it.
Of course,
Much better job than I'd have done.
So we're gonna launch into a little trivia question next. I'm gonna wait before we put the question on stage 'cause I just want to explain how this is gonna work. Utilize the Zoom's chat function to answer the trivia question, and the first correct answer will win. All right, Sean, go ahead and reveal it. A Bluetooth speaker from iHome. So here is the question. We're gonna see who's been listening. How many times per week should you email a customer to stay top of mind and keep relevant? Utilize the webinar chat. The first person to give the right answer will win the Bluetooth prize.
I have one of these, by the way. Awesome.
Still waiting on an answer, folks. Oh, all right. So here we go. Tony has just given us the right answer of
Right.
twice per week. So Tony, we will be in touch with you regarding your prize, and we'll send that right to you after the holiday weekend. Thank you for participating in our trivia game.
Sweet. That's awesome.
And on to the next topic. Sean, why don't you kick it off?
All right, cross promotions. The last thing that we're going to talk about is cross promotions. When it comes to driving traffic, cross promotions, doing them with retailers in your town, especially those involved in the car wash industry, it's a great deal. It's different for everyone, but you want businesses within your community sending their customers to you. And the way you do this is by giving them a reason to send their customers. For example, if there's a Toyota dealership next door to the wash, give their ticket writers, their service writers rather, free wash coupons to give to their customers when they get their car serviced. For people who brought new cars, you can give them, 1, 2, 3 month, 2-week free trials of membership. So they're basically giving away car wash insurance when they sell a new car or used car. Hey, and when they're in there in the finance room, and also, hey, you know what else is included with your car? Car wash insurance for 2 months. We see great membership growth utilizing that, and the attrition's very low.
Yeah, it's
So
hard to beat that, Sean, for sure.
they're fantastic.
But not all free things are created equal, right? So you mentioned giving away 1 to 3 months of membership. We really suggest that because giving away membership generally has a huge return on investment. You're giving away membership, they're coming in once a week for that 1, 2, 3 month period of time. That loyalty that you're getting out of them is really hard to beat. So if you're giving away free washes, don't hesitate to do so. Just as long as you're using it strategically, you will succeed and see the ROI be positive there. Everwash is able to provide you with lifetime value statistics on any contest that you run. So we'll be transparent with what's working and what's not, so we can adjust, pivot, and make changes so that the next time you run something, it'll be even better than the last time we did it. And obviously we can provide you support in creating these materials, creating these promo codes, creating any sort of cross promotional communications or messaging that you need to succeed. So we are a partner that's here to help you get any of these things done.
Yeah, and if you're tentative about it, you'll see it all, right? Everwash can provide you with all the numbers that you want to see to decide whether that was successful or not. And we generally don't recommend ones that aren't successful. We know those potholes. And there's also other wash partners on the program that would be happy to speak with you. Those who were reluctant to do discounting, who now do it, because they know what works, because we can guide them in the right direction. But the lifetime value is absolutely huge with specific discounting, right? I also recommend cross promotions with local stores, like I said, auto parts stores, gas stations, even coffee shops. You can print out coupons with the cross promotion partners image on them, or logo, or branding, or even just use your rack cards that you currently have, and they can hand them out to their customers, and you could do something similar for them as well, right? The redemption rate on coupons and cross promotion things like this is generally really high. So I strongly recommend giving it a try. If you haven't done it already, try it out. We can help you with that. If you need some pointers, just reach out to your account manager. They can easily assist you with awesome ideas. They've done this millions of times.
Awesome.
And that's it for this slide for me, Max.
All right, so we're getting to the end here, Sean. I mean, in conclusion, anything you want to share here?
Yeah, everything comes from traffic, right? And the more traffic you have, the more retail you sell, and the more memberships you sign up, and the more money you make, right? It's all dollars and cents, right? And another thing, if you're not attracting new customers to your wash every day, you're not going to grow. And your competitors, many who are PE backed, they're always going to be able to outspend you, right? So you've got to promote things in the right way. You've got to do things that they're not doing. You got to try things. You got to be involved. Fundraisers, free car wash days, things that put you on the map. Trying to get more money out of your existing customers only goes so far, unfortunately. You're going to plateau. Don't let it happen. Spend time developing and or executing traffic ideas every day. Remember that vision without action is just a dream. Right. A good example of running a free car wash promotion. Have someone outside on the street holding an arrow that says free wash day. Have a bunch of balloons. Prep your team. Put out a Windmaster sign. It's all it takes to start driving people to your wash. Max, let's finish up. Take some questions.
Well, yeah. So, Sean, thanks for everything today. Really great information, great content. We will take a Q&A. We have a couple questions coming through here in the chat that we'll address. And then I do want to also remind everyone that we're giving away a Solo Stove after the Q&A. So stick around, and one lucky attendee will be receiving a Solo Stove. So we'll start with
Nice.
the first question from Kevin. Can you please speak to how your product integrates with the various point of sale systems and kiosks in the industry? So this is a bit more of a general Everwash question. Sean, can you take this one?
Yeah, sure. So for us, it is we intentionally don't integrate at a very high level. You're going to have two separate operating systems. You're going to have your Everwash dashboard and the dashboard for whoever your provider is. There's ones we can work with very easily to start things. But basically all we need next to your pay station is a QR code and instructions, right? It's very simple. So when it comes to pay stations, we can activate it and make it start car washes for us. And you can pull your reporting anytime you want. It's all very, very seamless. No matter what you have, we can work with it and we can make it do whatever we want it to do.
Awesome.
Hopefully that answers your question.
Next question we have here. Don't car washes spend a ton of money on chemicals and utilities on free wash days? How does the ROI typically pan out to be net positive?
Yeah, it's easy, right? If you're thinking about the money that you would spend to do a promotion to get 100 people onto your property, it pales in comparison to what you're going to spend in chemicals to wash those cars, right? Think about the money you've spent to try and get coupons to people, right? You spent the money to then get them to come in and put chemical on their car for free. Now you're cutting out the middleman. All that money you would have spent to get those people to your property, it's a pittance of what you would have paid normally.
Makes sense to me. Another question. We got a couple more coming through. How do you tend to staff during these types of events? I know Pelican said they staffed about 1.5 times. Is that your standard recommendation, Sean?
I think so. It really depends on your wash, and we can help you sort that out. But whatever it takes to put your best foot forward, right? I think 1.5 is a lot. As long as you have, if you've got an owner on site to make sure that he's, shaking hands, kissing babies, telling everybody, how great they are. And then you've got your manager who has the time to be responsible for making sure everything runs properly. And then you've got enough staff to take care of everything that needs to be taken care of on a busy day, plus some extras in case people call out or if it's a really, really super hot day or something, so you can swap them out. So really, you guys know your car washes, but I would say, at least 1.2, 1.3 time your normal staffing.
Awesome. Here's a good question that I think is on a lot of people's minds. When is too much volume an issue? But when does that become an issue? If cars start coming in at an overwhelming rate, what do we do?
Oh, that's great. That's a good problem to have. Well, here's the good thing with the way we do it. You have the sign. You have the person out there with the spinner sign, and you can pull them back in, right? So if it's getting a little bit too crazy, I think I said it earlier, pull that person back in and have them jump in. I always say that when I'm preparing for any sort of busy day, I have an A, a B, and a C plan. A is if everything goes exactly right and no one calls out, no one gets overwhelmed, everybody's in this position. If this group or this group starts to get overwhelmed, the B plan is you move to here, you move to there. Very much like you're planning out a play on a basketball court. And the plan B is for Johnny to come back in and then go to either towel drying or prepping, right? Wherever he needs to be at that time. So I think it's all in the planning ahead. You're going to be able to take care of that. We've planned for that for you.
And on a similar note, Sean, here's the last question that we have here. If the weather is bad, what do you do? I think the obvious answer is just have a rain day set, right?
We do. So Pelican, for instance, for its first car wash day, free car wash day, they were doing it on a Saturday. I think that they had to hit their third rain date. So there was going to be 3 Saturdays before. And that's the good thing about this. The plan is the plan. And when you review it with the team and you make sure everyone understands their role, and by the way, in the playbook, it's very much like you're putting on a play, right? Everyone has a role and a script at a place that they need to be on stage. And as long as everyone understands their role, they're motivated, and planning is easy, and then the day of that morning you do the motivating and throughout the day. So it's pretty easy to switch it from one day to another.
Awesome. Any other questions last minute? Nothing? All right. So I'm going to do one more question for you guys, and we'll get to our drawing. I know everyone's hanging on to see who's going to win the Solo Stove. But our last question of the day is whether, sorry, I got to stop sharing this one, is whether you'd be interested in a future webinar about similar stuff to this. So strategies to drive more new traffic, other kind of, tips and tricks for this type of subject matter, or really, if there's anything else that you think Everwash can provide that's helpful, let us know if we can anticipate inviting you to another one of these webinars in the future.
Yeah, we're hoping this is great information. Obviously some of it you already have, but hopefully we filled in some blanks there and motivated you to take a next step on something.
Awesome. All right, guys. So now it's the time we've all been waiting for, the prize drawing. We have some of our folks in the background doing a randomizer to see who is going to win from our attendants who are present. Looks like we have
Everybody found it helpful.
The winner is Mark Brockling of the Solo Stove. So
that is definitely not me.
Mark, congratulations. We will be in touch with you to order your Solo Stove Yukon 2.0 smokeless fire pit.
I have this, and it's why we're giving it away. It's awesome.
Is it great? I don't.
Mine's not blue and doesn't say Everwash.
If I put this in my backyard, it'd be a fire hazard.
Yeah, right. These tiny little
lot, but really excited to get this thing over. Mark, congratulations, and to everyone else who was here, a tremendous thank you. Really appreciate everyone's time and attention today. We hope that you got something good out of this with regards to how to increase traffic and volume to your car wash. And of course, we always tie everything back to membership. This is a great way to not only increase volume, but boost your membership numbers in a quick weekend event. So feel free to contact Everwash here. If you're a current wash partner, reach out to our account management team at accountmanagement@everwash.com. If you are not a current wash partner and you want some more information on how you can join our family, reach out to our sales team, sales@everwash.com. And we look forward to hearing from you all. Sean, anything else on your end?
That's it. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Max. This was great. Thanks, everybody. I hope to see you. If you got recommendations for us on, what topics we can cover in upcoming webinars, we'd love to hear about it. But thank you so much for being with us, everyone.
Appreciate it. Have a great Memorial Day weekend, everybody, and we'll talk to you all soon. Take care.
Happy Memorial Day.